my favorite thing, at least in this book, comes from a chapter called Ride or Die. I had a lot of females come to see me while I was away, a lot of friends, a lot of acquaintances. But the one particular female that stood out, that will always stand out, who's been there all along, was my mother. So I wrote a chapter entitled Ride or Die. That's kind of about her. So I've never had to worry about it when it came to one female in particular. She told me that she would be by my side while I was away, until I returned home. I believed her too. She wrote letters faithfully, from the time I left the streets until the time I left prison. Occasionally she still writes me. I have countless poems that I've written to her and about her while I was miles away. I never worried about her stepping out with someone else on me, because I was already aware of the other loves in her life. I was the last to come along anyway. She's like no other. She's my mother.
We're all given choices in life. What happens when we make the wrong choice? What happens when we find ourselves in impossible circumstances? Rodney Maynard, also known as Romay, found himself in just such a position. Let's see how he was able to cope with his adversity.
Go back to 92 Leonard Avenue. That's where I grew up. I was born, I was raised. Freeport was a good place once upon a time. You know, it's still a good place because it's embedded in your memory. Yeah, Freeport, it was good. It was good growing up there. It made us who we are, today. At the age of 14, 15, I moved to New Jersey. So, we moved from Freeport to get away from all of the things that were starting to make it bad in that area. And I went to school there, graduated, was going to go to college. Chose another path. Wasn't so good. Landed myself in federal prison at the age of 22, 10 years.
Since then, you wrote a book, and there's so much that you're doing now.
Like I said, I came home in 2003 after doing 10 years, 9 years and a couple of months in the federal prison system. I would always tell people stories they would ask me about, how was it being incarcerated, what happened. I had to really think about the things that I did, and did I want to confess them? I said, some of them I want to confess, others I never will. So I came up with this book. I said, you know what, I'm going to write this book. It'll be about me. I didn't do much talking to people before because of what I was into. So now I said, I'll tell my story, and I'm call it, the myths, the Memoirs and Confessions. And I didn't really want to say felon. I didn't want to say convict, but I said, you know what, I got to put an X on the end, on the beginning of felon, just to take it a little bit further away from me. I called it the Myths, Memoirs and Confessions of an Ex-Felon. And that was the birth of that book. And it was more so therapy than anything, because it gave me a chance to get some things out that I, wouldn't otherwise tell people, So that was how the book came about. The magazine, on the other hand, guys in prison, they always wanted letters. They always wanted me to tell them what the cars look like, what the women look like, what kind of job opportunities were available. So with me being in touch with a lot of guys that will write 10, 20 letters a week coming home, I said, you know what, I'll give them something else. I'll give them a magazine, but now I can speak to more than just the guys I know. I'll speak to every guy that I know, or every guy, even the ones I didn't know. So that was really how the magazine was born. And then I wanted to reach a wider audience, so it all became Raw Steel Magazine, Raw Steel Radio and Steel Magazine. I just want to reach people and develop a lifestyle for people, whether it be, like I said, in fashion, music, just talk about current events, relationship advice, technology, or whatever have you, the whole gamut. And just I want to present that to the world.
Romay, realizing his mistakes, is now a force for change in positive ways. Our mistakes do not define us. What we learn from them do. New choices, new outcomes, a new person. We'll see you next time on The Big Chat.